I'd like to find a quiet spot to make this video, but today it doesn't look like the one exists. And I guess it's a kind of reflection of how my life is at the moment. I've just been crying a little bit this morning because my boyfriend died. It's nearly 3 months ago, but I haven't really had a lot of memories of the good times. I cried the first day that I heard the news that he had taken his life. I hadn't heard from him for 4 days. So I called his boss. And I said, can you go and check on him? And they went to check on him and they found that he had died. He had been thinking about death a lot. He even he experimented with taking his life even when I was there with him in Germany. But after a while of being together in Germany, I couldn't cope. I needed to get away. I needed to escape. So I went to England to be with my parents, and my dad's really supportive, but my mom didn't really want me around. So yeah. I have a very difficult relationship with my mom. It's such a shame, you know. I would have loved to have stayed with my dad, but it wasn't possible. So in the end, it's a long story, which I will get round to at some point, but I also tried to take my own life because I was just feeling so low. And I was feeling so trapped. Like I had nowhere to go. But the attempt was unsuccessful. Someone found me and they rushed me to the hospital. And I was put on a drip for 2 days. And when I was due to leave hospital, my parents said I couldn't come home. And the neighbor, my parents' neighbor who I'd been living with, they also said I couldn't come back to theirs because of the attempt on my life. They had a child, you know, they needed to protect their child. If I had died, it would have caused them problems. So I had nowhere to live, so my parents said, you can get an Airbnb or you can find a homeless shelter, whatever, but you can't come home. And in that instant, I remembered that I had a friend here in Gozo who said that I could stay with her. So I just called her. I think she knew that I would be spontaneous, you know, and not give her any warning. Sorry about the noise. It's very noisy in this park. There's too much traffic around. Gozo is full of construction and too many cars. I imagine it sounds like India sometimes, what I imagine of India. It's hard to find some quiet spots where you don't have traffic noise and construction. They seem obsessed with construction here. Anyway, I'm finally getting back on my feet. I've been stuck in the worst hell imaginable, stuck in my mind, going over the event. You know, what could I have done differently? Could I have saved him? I don't know. He didn't want any help, that was the problem. And I think there was someone here in Gozo who's been helping me and saving my life. And maybe if he had had access to her, maybe things would be different. So I'm aware that I'm not looking very good right now, and it makes me vulnerable, and my vanity wants to be in a good place, but I want to be as authentic as possible and share where I'm at. So it's been a long time. Snotting on my video. It's been a long time, but I wanted to be able to come back and share, and this is the first time that something has flown out of me when I've sat in front of the camera. Up until today, nothing has been flowing. I'm judging myself too much, feeling like I've got nothing to offer. Yeah, it's been a hard few months. I'm actually living in a homeless shelter right now. It's also a long story. Turns out I could have stayed with a friend, but I wasn't really very comfortable there. I felt very lonely there. The feelings of loneliness have been so intense. It's like an existential crisis of, why am I here on the earth? What is the point? That was coming up a lot yesterday. Just couldn't be bothered to do anything. So I'm extremely grateful today that I woke up without anxiety. Woohoo! Like, it's a big deal. Like, it's a really big deal. So I woke up and joined a yoga class online. And towards the end of the class, the tears started flowing again. Remembering Hans, that was his name. And the good memories are coming up. So my grieving process is kind of delayed, you know. Like, his mum was crying from the very beginning, but I cried the day that I heard the news, but I haven't been crying since. So it's nice to actually cry now and remember the good times. I think it's an important part of the healing process. So yeah, here we are. I'll keep you posted on the journey. I just wanted to check in and let you know where I'm at and how I'm doing. I'd love your comments and support. If you want to support me financially, you can head over to Patreon. It's all of the uncensored content, all of the stuff that I was doing for the last 5 years. There's a massive archive of content. If you want to jump in there, there have been some videos of when I was in Germany with Hans, and videos from England as well, so you can kind of get the latest. But yeah, it would support me a lot if you would tune into Patreon. At the moment I'm not making content there, but who knows, anything could change. But I just wanted to check in and say hello to everyone and just let you know where I'm at. Okay.